After Steph Curry lit up the Olympic stage, dazzling fans around the world with one of the most memorable performances in recent history, he now faces a sobering return to the Golden State Warriors, a team that, if we're being honest, hasn't been the powerhouse it once was. Despite his stellar international run, Curry's reality with the Warriors is far less glamorous, as the team has struggled to regain the dominance it once enjoyed. Let's rewind to the end of the 2021 season. Steph issued a chilling warning to the rest of the league, urging everyone to prepare for the return of a recharged Warriors squad. He said, "You don't want to see us next year." And boy, was he right. The Warriors stormed back in 2022, making their way to the NBA Finals for the 6th time in 8 years. They faced the Boston Celtics, and Steph put on a masterclass, cementing his legacy with one of his greatest performances ever. Remember Game 4? The way he nailed those deep shots was nothing short of iconic. And when the dust settled in Game 6, he walked away with his first ever Finals MVP, silencing those who doubted his ability to win without Kevin Durant. But here's the twist: just as the Warriors seemed to be riding high, the decline began. Heading into the 2023 season, the Warriors were once again pegged as the team to beat. They had James Wiseman ready to return, Jordan Poole fresh off a career year, and Andrew Wiggins finally shedding his loser narrative. The team seemed poised to defend their title. Then came the infamous incident that changed everything: Draymond Green's punch on Jordan Poole during practice. The footage spread like wildfire, and the fallout was immediate. Poole, once a rising star, was never quite the same. His numbers dipped, and the Warriors, who had been a tight-knit group, started to unravel. Wiggins, too, was a shadow of his former self after missing a chunk of the season for personal reasons. Even with Curry delivering a historic Game 7 performance against the Kings, the Warriors' journey ended in the conference semifinals at the hands of the Lakers. As if the situation couldn't get worse, the Warriors' front office made a move that left everyone scratching their heads. They traded away Poole for a 38-year-old Chris Paul. It was a deal that signaled a shift away from their youth movement. Meanwhile, Wiggins seemed to forget how to play, and Klay Thompson was no longer the player who once struck fear into opponents. With the Warriors missing the playoffs entirely, the team had to make some serious decisions in the 2024 offseason. Klay Thompson, a cornerstone of the Warriors dynasty, parted ways with Golden State, signing with the Dallas Mavericks. This move marked the end of an era. Chris Paul, too, was shipped out, leaving the Warriors to fill the void with solid but not spectacular role players like Buddy Hield, Kyle Anderson, and Anthony Melton. The Warriors needed another star to take the pressure off Curry, and their eyes were set on Lauri Markkanen. But after months of speculation and hype, the deal never materialized. With the Warriors unable to land a superstar, the question now is, what's next for Steph Curry and the Warriors? Right now, the Warriors look like a team that might scrape into the playoffs but lacks the firepower to compete for a title. They're still relying heavily on Curry, who's now in the twilight of his career. But there's a glimmer of hope. Young players like Jonathan Kuminga, Moses Moody, and rookie Brandon Podziemski could be the keys to a brighter future. Kuminga, in particular, has shown flashes of brilliance, and if he continues to develop, he could become a 20-point-per-game scorer next season. Podziemski, who's had some impressive games, could emerge as a versatile contributor, and Moody, if given the chance, might just prove to be a difference-maker. However, all of this depends on one big if. Will Steve Kerr finally give these young guns the minutes they need to grow, or will he continue to lean on veterans past their prime? So, is this the end of the Warriors' championship window? Has the dynasty finally crumbled, or does Steph Curry have one more magical run left in him? The road ahead is uncertain, but one thing's for sure, the rest of the league isn't waiting around. If the Warriors want to contend, they'll need to make some bold moves. What do you think? Can the Warriors bounce back and give Steph one last shot at glory? Let me know in the comments below. And if you enjoyed this breakdown, don't forget to subscribe to Sport Pulse for more in-depth NBA content. Until next time, keep the pulse of the game alive.